Hello everyone, welcome to class 7 mathematics, chapter 7 congruence of triangles. In the previous session, we discussed about congruence of plane figures, congruence of line segments, etc. Today we will see more about congruence. First, we can see here there are three squares are given. Look at the squares. All of them have the same shape. Same shape means all three squares have four equal sides and four equal angles, and each angle is of 90 degree. So, how they are different from each other? Yes, the length of sides are different in three squares. So, the size of square depends upon the length of its. If two squares have equal length of side, then they are congruent. Similarly, if two squares are congruent, then they will have equal length of side. Is it clear? If it is given that two squares are congruent, then it is understood that the side of length is same for both the squares. Now we can see what is the condition for congruence of rectangles. As you know that a rectangle has two dimensions, length and breadth. So here the shape and size of the rectangle depends upon length and breadth. So if two rectangles have same length and breadth, then they are said to be congruent. Similarly, if two rectangles are congruent, that means they will have same length and breadth. Next, congruence of equilateral triangles. Look at the equilateral triangles drawn below. All of them have same shape. Same shape means what? They have three equal sides and the three equal angles, each of 60 degree. Here each side is of same length. First rectangle, this is same as length of this side and it is same as this, and the angle is 60 degree here. In the second equilateral triangle means this side is same, so this is also same, this length is also same, and the angle is remain same 60 degree. Here also the sides, this is equal to this side and it is equal to the third side, and here the angle is also 60 degree each. But what is the difference between these triangles? Yes, their size are different. How the size are different? Means the length of side is different. Here it is small, here little bit big, here the greatest one out of these two. Correct? So we can write here the size of triangle are different. The size depends upon length of side of the equilateral triangles. Two equilateral triangles have equal length of side, then they are congruent. If two equilateral triangles are congruent, then their sides are of equal length. If it is said that these two triangles are congruent means their sides are of equal length. Now we can see the conditions of congruence. Means we have studied different plane figure, line segment, etc. Then what are the conditions we can conclude over here. So first one, line segment. How we can say that two line segments are congruent? If their length of line segment are equal. Congruence depends upon the length of the line segment. If the length of line segment are equal, then the line segments are said to be congruent. Next, angle. When we can say that two angles are congruent. If measure of angles are equal, that is congruence depends upon the measure of angles. In the case of circles, the congruence depends upon the measure of radius. In the case of squares, the congruence depends upon length of its side. And in the case of rectangles, the congruence depends upon the length and breadth. Next, equilateral triangle, the congruence depends upon the length of its side. Next, we can see the topic correspondence of vertices of two triangles. Look at the triangle given below, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. We can establish the correspondence between the vertices such that vertex A corresponds to P. Vertex B corresponds to vertex Q. Vertex C corresponds to vertex R. And again we can establish the same vertex. A corresponds to, earlier A corresponds to P. Now we can assume the vertex A corresponds to Q, vertex B corresponds to R, C corresponds to P, like that way. That means in every triangle we can establish 6 correspondence between the vertices, or between two triangles also we can assume 6 correspondence. The first example I have shown here, corresponding vertices of triangle ABC and triangle PQR are A and P, B and Q, C and R. Now what is the meaning of correspondence? That means matching of pairing two vertices is called correspondence in a triangle. Every vertex of a triangle corresponds to a specific vertex of another triangle. We use this double arrow to represent the correspondence. For every triangle, we can obtain 6 correspondences. Why we are learning about correspondence means it is very important in the case of congruence, so that we can first study about this correspondence. Here I have written we can obtain 6 correspondences between two triangles. So children, you can cut two triangles, triangle ABC and PQR of same size and shape, and you can match the vertex with the correspondence given here. Then you can understood that which one is exactly matching over the other. That is the which correspondence will lead to congruence. So first we can establish the correspondence between two triangles. First we can take the correspondence in clockwise. So we will get ABC corresponds to PRQ. Then you can turn clockwise the second triangle. Then we will get ABC corresponds to QPR. Again you can turn the triangle. So we get the correspondence ABC corresponds to RQP. That means vertex, in this case the vertex A corresponds to vertex R. Vertex B corresponds to vertex Q, and vertex C corresponds to vertex P. C to P. Now we can take ABC corresponds to PQR. Now we can take anti-clockwise. You can keep the first triangle ABC and second triangle, or keep it over the triangle ABC such a way that vertex A corresponds to P, vertex B corresponds to Q, and vertex C corresponds to R. Now we can turn the second triangle anti-clockwise. Then you will get the correspondence as ABC corresponds to RPQ. That means vertex A is corresponds to vertex R, vertex B corresponds to vertex P, and vertex C corresponds to vertex Q. Again turn the second triangle anti-clockwise. Then we will get the correspondence as vertex A corresponds to vertex Q, vertex B corresponds to vertex R, and vertex C corresponds to vertex P. These are the 6 correspondence we obtained from 2 triangles. Here we can take the example of first correspondence. ABC corresponds to PQR, means vertex A corresponds to vertex P, vertex B corresponds to vertex Q, and vertex C corresponds to vertex R. And ABC corresponds to PQR is same as BAC corresponds to QPR. What about this BAC corresponds to QPR means what? Vertex B corresponds to vertex Q. Vertex A corresponds to vertex P. Vertex C corresponds to vertex R. That is same as the first example we have taken over here also. Look here, B corresponds to Q. What is written here? B corresponds to Q. And A corresponds to P. Vertex A corresponds to P. C corresponds to R. C corresponds to R. So ABC corresponds to PQR is same as BAC corresponds to QPR. Similarly, CBA corresponds to RQP. You can check CBA corresponds to RQP means what? Vertex C corresponds to R. See here, vertex C corresponds to R. Here also vertex C corresponds to R. B corresponds to Q. Vertex B corresponds to Q. Here also vertex B corresponds to Q. Vertex A corresponds to P. A corresponds to vertex P. Here also A corresponds to vertex P. So ABC corresponds to PQR is same as BAC corresponds to QPR and CBA corresponds to RQP. Whenever we are changing the vertex of the corresponding triangle also we have to change so that it will not affect. That is why we are getting ABC corresponds to PQR will be same as BAC corresponds to QPR or CBA corresponds to RQP. The correspondence is very important in the case of congruence. So you must understand it properly. Any doubt is there, you can put it in the comment box also. All correspondence doesn't lead to congruence. In the above figure, triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. That is why I am telling children you have to make 2 triangles of same shape and size. One you can name it as ABC, another one you can name it as PQR. Now in the above we have written all 6 correspondence, like that you can keep the vertex properly and check that whether they are congruent or not. Here we have taken 2 scalene triangles, all sides are different and we are assuming 6 correspondence. You can rotate the second triangle and see whether they are congruent. How to find they are congruent or not? Yes, if they superpose each other, then they are congruent. Means if we are keeping ABC and over that we are keeping triangle PQR, and when we are rotating, when it will come exactly matching each other, then they are congruent. So we can assume or we can check the correspondence of the vertices. So in this case, we will get the congruence as triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. That means we have total 6 correspondence, but all correspondence doesn't lead to congruence. Only one correspondence will come into congruence. Clear? In the case of isosceles triangle, 2 correspondence will lead to congruences. In the case of equilateral triangle, all 6 correspondence will lead to congruence. So thank you. Write down all these notes and go through it properly, the explanation and all, and make it understand thoroughly, because it is very important to do the sums of congruence. So please go through it carefully.